Okay. Okay, it's been a while since I've done this. I have a new stream set up for this because I actually own a webcam now thanks to remote fighting. Oh, hello there. That was a pretty quick join on your end, but this isn't a lot, so I'm just gonna kind of go into it. Kind of got our promos from tournament. Having a webcam's kind of nice. It would only focus on cards. I think it's too close. What is space? How about closer then? Autofocus. No? Well, we'll just open things. I have too many of this thing. There we go. That looks better. I can't actually tell how my camera quality is. Doesn't look great. It's a pretty cheapy webcam. I also have like a million of these things too. Okay, so here's my random loose pack. Well, it's something. Impressive for one pack. Guess we'll just go into our sneak first because that's probably the most exciting because sneaks are hit or miss. I can tell it's not quite in focus though, which is unfortunate. I'll buy a better webcam one day. Double rare? Can barely tell from that angle. There we go. If I put a rummy rare, I don't even know. I'd be genuinely surprised. I expect nothing. I only did this for the playmat, I'll be honest. Ideals had a bundle, another double rare, for the playmat, 4 sneak kits, and a box for like 110 plus tax. And like, I just want the playmat because they decided that's how we're doing sneaks, and it's the only way I can get the sneak stuff for this set, which is really awkward. I'd much rather have not needed to buy a box. Hey, we got a Night Rose. That's pretty good. One fair thing. If this were an actual sneak peek, I'd say $15 well spent. I'm trying my best to get the cards in focus, but this camera does not want to agree with me. Wow. Strife Otter, I think? Or, well, you know, grade 3 searcher. That was a nice, I'd say, yeah, $15 well spent on that one. Not counting potential prize packs there. Second bundle. I'm still like on the fence about the new Harry archetype, but at least more so their art. Well, we're still going, pulling pretty okay. I wonder how this would have went in draft. I'll be real. Getting all these cards. I don't know how many of them were specific. I know 7 Seas was specific, but I'm very curious. I kind of miss doing sneak peek drafts. I actually find those quite fun. Nice. That's 3 foils out of that so far. Gun Salute is great. Back when Gun Salute first came out, I played that deck. I definitely threw people off in that shop challenge, but RNG was not in my favor that day. So it was a best of 1. Okay, well, 2 triple rares and a double rare from that. As long as it's not 4 rares, we won't complain. Those are the worst sneaks. A Harry? Wow. Pretty good. We take those. So far we're pulling VRs that we need. Not for myself, awkwardly. But I can bum them off them, so it's I guess also for me. Oh, that's really unfortunate. When we have sneaks, we usually do, well, I guess it depends on the amount of players. It used to be like a win-a-boxes on sneak, but it's, I think since, Sentinel crit, since we got, the newer sneak stuff, I think in V-Series, it's been like, just packs per win in tournament, no extra prizes outside of, you know, like sneak mats and stuff. Just a bit unfortunate. I missed the win-a-boxes. Those are good times. I do appreciate that he's his own unit. I like that dragon. Okay, looks like it was a VR and a double rare in that set. Last set. On a random note, I did actually just start Vanguard 0 like a few days ago. Should probably share and get some friends, because none of my friends want a friend fight with me for the reward. Feels bad. Which pigeon? I don't even remember seeing a pigeon. I'll be real. I see. It's, I think, our 3rd Sentinel crit so far. I am big noob in Vanguard 0, but I'm sitting there in ranked doing my daily things, and I'm like, why do these people have fully complete decks when I'm hitting here or sitting there with a jank? Okay, we can move on to the actual booster box now. Hey, I kind of forgot Clan Dicera thing. We got the Grand Blue one, looks pretty nice. Kind of want the Pale Moon one too at this point. Oh, I didn't even realize they're giving us gift markers still. I guess that makes sense because it's sealed product, and if you want to build a deck, you might need markers. Oh, that's where these came from. I see. And yeah, quick shield. Never have too many of those. Oh, right. I didn't realize that that was in the set also. Neato. Except the awkward thing is I like my sleeves that are already on my stuff for my gift markers, so the odds of me actually doing anything with that. Guild array. I am also a little bummed that there's another one of these in my room, but it's for my friend. I want him to open it so I can see what he gets, but that means he has to come here first and pick it up. I just want to know if one of us are lucky. We got Stride Fodder. Nice. I guess one of the more value ones. Is that Yusui again? Yes. Now we have 2, I think. Assuming I remember the first one I pulled. So I'm not crazy. I wish I could find the sweet spot for autofocus. I'm sure it's somewhere. It's just I'm not finding it. It's been so long since I've actually bought a sealed box in this game, I don't remember what the ratios are. What rarity was Piranha? Oh, well, let's see. Bird. Harry, it's your friend. I hope you'll get along. Wait, is that the right one? No? Wait, maybe? Yes. Okay, this is the first half of the box, last pack. That left side had a lot of triple rares. We're still missing the VR. Or is it 2? I'm not certain. I miss this man. This man of pure edge. It's like one of my favorite edge cards. Quite literally. Or edgy cards, I guess you would say. Oh, I guess that's the first one of that. I almost thought that was a triple rare. Looking at this through the webcam versus actually looking at the card is kind of awkward. It's throwing me off, for sure. Next time I'll try to figure out if I can get better quality here without buying any webcam. Although I probably should buy one anyway because this was definitely a cheaper one when all the webcams are basically sold out. Oh, that's kind of neat, lore-wise. I just wish V-Series had lore. Feels bad. I did enjoy reading those every now and again. I forgot that that was a card. No, this box is really pulling out here. We're in the last 3 packs. Still haven't seen our VR. Jacqueline. I was actually surprised to find out that this was like pink hair back when the G-Series one existed. I always thought it was purple, so it really threw me off. I see they left it to the last pack. The very last pack, I see. Unless I missed it. Maybe the other box was the correct box. Who knows? Charrot. A bit awkward. Not the VR we'd hope for. That's like the only one that we didn't want because there's already 4 of them. That is owned by us, so unfortunate. I wonder what the other box is. We'll find out one day. Now I kind of want to see. We got oh, I see. Undo the seal of the pigeon. Oh, that's a lot of lore that we're potentially missing out on. That feels bad. Oh, I think Harry's still buried somewhere in here. There we go. So, 4 sneaks. These are our double rares. Then I think I have only a few dupes. I know I have dupes of the Grand Blue crit. Okay, looks like I also have 2 Pale Moon crits. Yeah. We got some diversity here on our triple rares. Except for the... Wait, I think there was another Yusui that I also ended up missing. That was the worst recap I've ever done. So scuffed. If I can find it, unless I'm actually crazy and there wasn't another one. That doesn't sound like a mistake yet. Where's your SP of the quick shield while you're at it? Am I actually a potato? Did I really only pull 1 and I'm losing my mind over it, or did I actually see 2? I think No, I'm just a potato. But there's also another pile here that I missed, so we did actually have 2. So scuffed, the triple rares. I left a small pile of the triple rares that I completely missed. And the 3 different VRs that we got. It's quite nostalgic. Those are good times when I played all 3 of these decks in G Series. Oh, that's the opening. Nothing left here except Depression. Especially because Buddy Fight's dead. Rippin' Buddy Fight. I still have to fix like 1 billion decks in that game. I can't believe they killed 2 TCGs I play this year. Fire Emblem and Buddy Fight. Unfortunately, due to Buddy Fight dying, I have more reasons to play more Vanguards. I've been spending more money on Vanguard and building decks I never thought I would own. Which is fun and interactive. Playing in remote fight tournaments because why not? Gotta get my card game fix. Which is actually why I started playing Vanguard Zero in the first place also. So it's like, I keep playing all this Vanguard in, what's it called? In Discord, so I'm like, well, I might as well just play it on my phone while I'm at it, since what is playing the card game in real life right now? Almost non-existent. Digimon TCG. Buddy Ragnarok. Yeah, I pre-ordered 4 boxes of Buddy Ragnarok, but it was like for 4 of us, so 1 each. That was a bit of a regret. Should have just ordered more. So I had to buy some really expensive singles. And I'm still missing a fair amount of stuff. And then yeah, there's stuff to put together all those decks and enjoy them while I still can. Regarding Digimon though, I'm still like 50-50. I'm not 100% certain if I want to jump into it or not. One of my locals is doing pre-orders for stuff. I'm not sure if I want to buy into sealed product. I'm thinking I could probably bum cards off of people to borrow if I feel like I want to play the game and see how that goes. I think it also depends on how much card prices are. I'm still really holding out on Gate Ruler. Yeah, I spent like 22 each on my future card buddy fights, and future palettes were, might have been 20 each. That was a bit yikes. I'm not even sure what decks I have that even play future palettes though, so I might have even spent the money for no reason. Yeah, I haven't actually played Duel Masters before, so I have no opinions. What is the secondary market like for Dragon Ball Super? I haven't actually ever paid any attention to that game outside of it kind of existing. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Because like most of the decks I play are, I feel like probably don't need it, although you can, yeah, splash in almost everything, especially now because of Feature Card Buddy Fight. I find it even more awkward because the main world I play is Hero World, so I'm primarily putting my searchers as buddies now, so I can search them off Future Guard Buddy Fight for more consistency. Because bricking is basically an insta-lose in that deck, so I kind of want to have a way to play the game. Like for super heroines, I have Blitz buddied, Satsuki, I have King Claudia the Searcher buddied. For friendship robots, I'd probably still stick with Satsuki as the buddy since that's the main one you go into. Super Warrior is also the same, you kind of just stick with Gem Clone as your buddy, so it's fine. But yeah, I guess any decks that have monster searchers that are vital for the deck, for the most part, that I'm not playing a main unit that I run max copies of. And that can play without it or have extended amounts of other searchers. Like Super Warriors has tons of searchers. Satsuki has a pretty good amount, but for the main deck, it's more of which Satsuki I want to see first. And I don't play max copies of the first Satsuki you go into. But yeah. And Vanguard's kind of taking me places where I never thought I'd be going. Like, me owning multiple Bermuda decks is kind of wild. And getting back into Shadow Paladins after not touching them for quite a long time because of reasons. I can definitely understand that. Standard is kinda yikes, especially post Shadow Paladin set, but we'll see what happens in Overdress. I also haven't really been playing Vanguard since the last time I really went into a deck was, it might have been when Highlander first came out, because I was getting pretty detached from the game. I was playing way more Buddy Fight. And then I saw the prices of Dragon Vanity and I was very hesitant to upgrade Narukami. And then COVID happened, and then I decided why not just update Narukami so I can play in remote fight stuff. That was kind of expensive. Premium is just, I guess that is part of it. Not enough people to play doesn't really warrant me enough to commit money into it. We get like one tournament a month at best, at least pre-COVID, and then this like the thank you fest stuff kind of happened. Turns out I think our premium tournament only had like 2 players, so it would have actually been like a free what is it, the marker that they gave out. The standard one was like my first tournament in forever, so I misplayed like a lot and threw pretty hard, so I ended up getting like 4th and not getting the promo marker, the foil thing, which looks really nice. But yeah, now that we're playing more Vanguard, it's not as bad, but still. Regarding premium, I also saw the, what's it called, the Norn and Yggdrasil, and I was super excited because Regalia is like the only premium related deck I still have, because I sold off all my Narukami premium stuff to Fun Standard, and I think I plussed off of that actually, so it wasn't bad in that sense, but I lost the will to play premium. But then Yggdrasil happened. I'm like, oh well, I still have Genesis lying around, so that'll be my one premium deck, despite it probably not being the greatest. It just sounds fun. Wait, was it not top 3 that got the promos, or Did I like read something wrong? I could be wrong there. I thought it was the top 3 that got the exchange thing. Right, that's what it was. I still have that lanyard on the way somewhere, I guess, since I technically got 4th, but I know my locals hasn't gotten it yet. But yeah, also I think there was, I forgot if it was 4 or 5 people in my thank you fest also. I think it might have been 5. So it's like not quite last, but basically last at 4th place. It was really scuffed. Like, I wasn't even using my Jaggy shots. Like, I actually just forgot to resolve my Jaggy shots and just kind of let them chill on rearguard circle. I did have some unfortunate luck of being stuck on Jaggy shot also, not seeing Vanquisher ever in a game. And since it was best of 1, it was unlucky. I think the plans are fix my buddy fight decks. I might actually put out my deck profile just in case there's random people who are somewhat interested in my non-meta decks, because I'm sure that those people exist somewhere, especially since it's Hero World stuff mostly. Still really awkward that I have to like share a ton of cards, since like almost every deck now plays like Future Card Buddy Fight, and debatably the React Empress or at least Grandez, so I have to like swap out cards all the time or proxy them, since there is a lot of staples, generic slash multi-world cards. Yeah, speaking of your buddy Ragnarok, you got 4 boxes. Clearly you need a buddy copy of that, right? It's not doing me any good. I need to like find people to offload all the stuff I don't need. Oh, okay. I'll go dig for your information later, and I'll just send it to you, because yeah, I definitely don't need that Gallows. I might have another one from my other friend from Fall and Winter. I think he gave me his. It's just kind of chilling in a box somewhere here, I believe, since none of us play that deck. I need to figure out how to play or build some of these things, because what's it called? Japan doesn't post as many deck lists as often these days, even with that new software that they're using. I was looking at stuff and I'm like, I'm not getting a lot of useful information unless it's for like meta decks, like swords and super warriors and stuff. So I'm sitting there wondering how to build something like Hero Jackknife. At the rate I'm going, I might just end up splashing them into actual Hero World decks instead, like Cosmo Man. Yeah, I think that's what it was. The thing that, yeah, you just show deck profiles. Let's see, I have a tab here somewhere for it actually. Yeah, deck log, Bushiroad. Yep, that's the one. I do think that's pretty neat though, how that even exists. It's very helpful. It's just a shame that this didn't exist earlier. Would have been a lot easier to look at some Japanese deck lists because the potato quality or glare on a lot of those lists were really real. So the only unfortunate thing is it's a little harder to navigate, I think. I just probably have to learn the right things to search. But yeah, I'm really hoping I get some idea, because or I guess my other hope is someone in NA starts posting more things. But I haven't seen a whole lot of updated deck lists recently. At least of things that I find relevant. Also, trying to hierarchy Highlander has probably been a mistake. I have a few more SPs that I'm missing, at least as far as cards currently out now. But I know that's going to change as soon as the new Bermuda set comes, so I'm very hesitant to pick some of them up. I gotta make sure to put the high in Highlander. I'm not putting the max in Highlander, but, you know, high is fine, right? That sounds like pretty good value, trading cards for a mini fridge, depending on the quality of that mini fridge. Like, need some debatable pickups, like, we picked up that because it dropped. I'm not entirely sure why it was going down after we got mentioned that Coral, Riviere, and Pacifica were also getting support. Kind of weird to me. My Highlander mistakes so far. No SSPs of stuff except for Laura, because Laura's the nicest looking one. Really hoping to find a decent price SPE, but like I think they're just too high for what they are. I don't know why her price has never gone down despite like every other SP in that set going down. It just doesn't make sense to me. We actually have a Caro. These are like 2 cards that or actually there's a third one, or 4. If you count least a lot, these are like things that I could upgrade in current Highlander, but I'm pretty sure the Melody engine's gonna get removed. That's why I kind of don't want to buy anything. Except I will pick up SSP Caro also when those drop, because I like Caro. But Premium Highlander is a whole nother wallet that I don't own, or don't want to own. I used to play 3 Caro, but since I made the switch to running Coral and Riviere in the deck, I took out the 3rd copy. And if you're still here, Yofan, I did actually pick up Caden's shiny Rivieres. So that's a thing also. I don't know if you're actually in the locals Discord, but there's a reason why my name is currently Caden in there. I am his proxy with Riviere for now. Well, to be fair, yeah, I just started 0. I guess I could grade up and during the event, I guess, because yeah, my friends haven't been that great of a help in filling me in with this game. I've just been kind of doing my own thing. It's probably not great for my resources. Regarding Riviere though, I found it as another way to add pressure on my initial grade 3 ride outside of any other options that I really had, because just going, especially with Riviere's errata, you can only really resolve one, so you get the initial grade 3 ride pressure turn, and then you get the extra markers for when you're on grade 4. It's kind of like the thing, and it's a decent amount of ways to search the Riviere, all things considered in Highlander. I've definitely found it to be helpful running the engine, more than hurtful, I guess you could say. But Highlander's, you know, all about sacking people anyway, so if you're gonna high roll, you might as well high roll harder, right? Extra Riviere starters? Is that some next level play? Just wait. How are you? How next level are we talking with this play? Like, are you actually using soul charging engine or something to get multiple in the soul? Or are you telling me I should rewrite starters? What did they miss with E? Was it the fact that it worked on both players' turns, or that it was just a free board call, not once per turn? Speaking of quick shields, I do like and hope the Bang Dream set is kind to us in English. I am here making terrible mistakes when that set comes out to English. I'm really hoping, yeah, they give us all the things. Let's see. I have my quick shield. Haven't got called on needing a translation for that yet. And I got mistakes of pastel palettes markers. I have one RAS marker. The other 4 are supposed to come from Singapore, but they might have been lost in the mail, so RIP. Might have to order from somewhere else. And then the new foil markers, which are really nice. Like, I don't know if you'd be able to tell when I show you it, but the foiling is, I guess if you're familiar with Buddy Ragnarok, it's like how they did the triple rares in the set with that texture. It's not like the normal kind of foils that Vanguard and Buddy Fight typically do, but it's really neat. See, I'm just a Bang Dream stan at this point. I don't know when it happened or how it happened. I just really love the characters in that game, or whatever you want to call it, game, show, anime thing. I think they're all fun, so that's why I bought a case for Buddy Fight when that set came out. And for Vanguard, I'm doing the same thing just because I want to build all the decks again. Unfortunately, Hello Happy is like the only good deck, but you know, we're gonna make mistakes when that set comes out. Speaking of mistakes, though, someone at my locals is gonna pre-order 10 cases of that set. His goal is to full or max rarity Bang Dream. Not specifically a band, just Bang Dream. So I'm sitting there wondering, how much money is that gonna cost? But yeah, the same man apparently has bought a case of every Vanguard set since Dragon Vanity, some multiple, like Butterfly, he bought 3 cases. He's also bought a case of Weiss or more of every set since he got into it around Slime or so. This man must have made like crazy bank on the stock market, because that's what he said he's been doing, investing. And he's still plus after all of this, so I don't know. Pretty crazy. I don't think full max rarity of Bang Dream would only cost 7k though. That seems optimistic. Aren't those Yukinas? Especially with the English tax, I feel like I'd be surprised if EN was actually cheaper on like Yukina SSP. This also depends how much quantity there is. Because JP at least has a lot of the actual set like printed, and they actually did a reprint of that set too, so. And yeah, that's if at 7k, that 4k is just Yukina, but you have to realize like at least JP prices, almost everyone in Roselia except for Akko was about 500 in yen, or 500 USD in yen. So that's like, I don't know how many you would get. Like, if you just want to buy playsets as a base, that's still 2k per band member plus the 4k for Yukina. Pretty crazy stuff if you think about it. And he wants to do it for every band. But yeah, some other bands like Hello Happy. Actually, I don't know if Hello Happy was low this time around because they were good, but at least, what's it called, popularity wise, if that translates to their price tag, would be on the lower end. Yeah, SSR is crazy. I'm still like gonna cry when I buy my 3 SSPs or SSRs that I want, assuming the yen price isn't like super crazy. And then I'm still not sure if I'm gonna do what I did for Bang Dream, where SRs were cheap. Not sure if I want to get like which variants. If I want to do the same thing for the band, for Afterglow, and at least Riza Suilan has their own special rarity, I guess, so it's like not bad in base rarity because of how it is, but still tempted to bump it a bit. Not sure how much. Yeah, Bang Dream's a mistake. But also the fact that, yes, since that person's buying like 10 cases of the set, guarantee if I'm missing things for my friends, then we're set. Also, not sure, or if I pull an SSR that I don't need, I'm pretty sure I have someone who will buy it regardless of who it is, so that's kind of the great thing, unless there's a small chance that they actually pull the same one that I do. But then again, if they need multiple, then it's also fine, assuming he goes through with this plan. UUT is dangerous. Spent a lot of money on UUT over COVID on Cypher and Love Live stuff. It sucks being a weeb. I blame my friends. I was pretty normal before college happened and I got into anime and card games. And then it went quite downhill from there. How much we talking, if you don't mind sharing? Kind of curious, because, you know, mistakes are always fun when it's not yourself, right? I also regret not buying more of the Bushiroad event stuff. Like, for Buddy Fight, I picked up the sleeves, which I actually sold on NA because someone was asking for them, which is kind of cool. I just wanted one of the promos. And that was also before the game died. But yeah, like, getting the deck box that apparently was worth some money too, because people were looking for it when the deck came out, and I even got like the SP Coral sleeves. Kind of regret not buying more event stuff. And also technically the Bang Dream standard size sleeves, I mean small size sleeves, because I didn't think English was gonna get the crossover at the rate we were going, but then that got announced like way later past pre-orders, so I only pre-ordered 2 of the 5 bands, even though there's 6 in this set. Feels bad again. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's throw in shipping, because that's still something you have to pay, unfortunately. I'm hoping my friend comes by to pick up his sneak stuff, like when he goes for his daily walk. I want to know if he makes me sad with what he pulls in this butterfly stuff. It would actually be hilarious if there was a DISB pack, because the guy who works at our locals said that it would be in our stuff, just because he already bought the deck and doesn't need it. Oof, that is painful to see. 1K on cards. That's basically like buying a case, so you know, that was basically technically what came out of my pocket with Buddy Ragnarok and Buddy Again Volume 3, except most of that wasn't mine. It was only one of the 4 boxes. The case was for a friend, but I had to order it for him. He paid me back about half so far, because he hit his withdrawal limit because he didn't go earlier before banks closed, so he, yeah, only could do the 500 daily limit. Yep, do you need anything from Beyond the Ages, I guess, while I'm here? And, well, not actually, but, or if your friends, depending on what it is. I can probably pick up the stuff on Saturday when I drop off Pale Moon stuff to that same friend. Since I'm supposed to be buying the rest of the deck for him. And I'm kind of surprised though, outside of you, since there was only you and Yofan that were actually active in chat, I'm surprised that there's still like 4 people total here. I can see if people are joining and dropping, but yeah. Oh yeah, we also made Yu-Gi-Oh mistakes because of the Lost Art promo, the Dark Magician Girl. When I found out it was like a $60 promo and you only had to spend $30 to get it, it sounded like free money to me. Except my dum-dum didn't actually buy the $90 worth of product. Because I ordered one for myself, one for my friend, and I could have got one more for myself if I went. But like, I just spaced out and didn't order more. But I'm like, I like free money. Like, I don't think I'm gonna keep the card, but I'm gonna hold on to it in the case it does go up over time. I mean, I think in the short term it'll probably go down if it didn't already. But longer term, I think it'll pick back up unless it gets reprinted again somehow. I had the GP version of that card. That Lost Art Edge Imp Sabers is pretty neato. I kind of miss having Fluffles, but I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore, so I have no reason to keep it. Just collection stuff at this point. There should be extras of at least Athora stuff. Because only, yeah, Fall and Winter has Athora, so he has like a playset of work, and there should be one more playset of Athora. Depending. Regarding the dual world spell, I'm not 100% certain if we have spares. It also depends on how many for myself I need, since I only got it for Jackknife. I'm not sure if I'm playing 3 copies, because I took 3 copies, and then my friend actually plays, who bought the case. He probably kept a playset for himself for, what's that thing called? His Black Dragon stuff, yeah. Yeah, if I figure out how to build this deck, I might be able to also spare for the future. Because I can't imagine running 3, but I took 3 just in case. I love the art on Fluffles, and I did like how they played, but dying to Dimensional Barrier always felt bad. And then the Link Master Rule thing happened, and then it got awkward trying to do the... well, I forgot to play, but it was harder to OTK. And then they changed the rules again, so I'm like, oh well, if I still had Fluffles, it would be fun. Just like GBs. Like the Gladiator B stuff, I was like having fun before Link happened, and they got the new support when the Master Rule happened, and then it got harder to do the special summon spam from extra deck. And then yeah, they got a bunch of new stuff again. I'm like, dang, all this stuff that I want to play. By worst summoning mechanic, are you referring to Pendulum? Yeah, I was only there for like the latter end of the Pendulum format, so I don't. I mean, yeah, it was definitely busted though. Like I can say that, but I didn't feel the impact of most of it because I was playing when I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh again on the more recent side. It was when Zodiac came out basically, and then I played for a while into Link format, and then I dropped off Yu-Gi-Oh again. And I came back when last year's Megatins came out to play the new Heroes support, and then I dropped off Yu-Gi-Oh again. I just got tired of holding on to cards. It's like the awkward thing about Yu-Gi-Oh, having to hold on to so many things because it could be relevant, or you just sell everything and only keep your deck and then have to keep rebuying or selling every time something comes out or ban lists happen. Yeah, oh yeah, I did play also somewhere in between with Altergeist. The Multi-Faker and stuff was existing. I did, yeah, play for a bit in Brains format. I just want to play Rush Duelist, honestly. I really wish that would come to English. Like, as far as we know, Konami said no, right? On those. So, my only hope is probably JP, where all of us play Psychic decks. Ha ha ha. I played Altergeist for two reasons. One reason was because it was like the only trap heavy deck at the time, and I like my purple cards, or pink, whatever you want to call them. And the other reason was, if I can find it, the box of sleeves is too. There we go. That one. I have not played. Wait, Vanguard EX. I have not booted that game up in a long time. I kind of want to play it, but I've been lazy and grinding other games. I hear EX is kind of dead, but I think Different Fight or something streamed it, and then people were playing for a while again. Oh yeah, I remember that actually. I think you mentioned that. I was actually trying to build Zexalog when it first became like a topping deck. Then I got lazy. I had like one Ardent Chaos Force, but I was like too lazy to buy the Zexals at the time. I think I was actually just net decking more or less the Ignite deck that topped. It's like this is degenerate enough for me to do something, and no one had it at locals, so I was like, and I never got around to it. I had all the Ignite stuff. Yeah, I think I was just missing Zexals and a few other extra deck stuff at that time. That's fair. If you really wanted to go back and see how decks played differently, if you had a way to play the 3DS games, you can definitely feel the difference between the old units that all exist in Zero right now until we eventually get to G format or V format. Actually, yeah, more so V format. I'm so super bummed that they didn't give us a buddy fight game with all the last sets and just giving us the final send off, but unlucky. That would have been great because then it would have just been a time capsule game of everything basically that exists, with or without crossovers, not sure. But that would have been super cool. So many decks I wanted to play, like, in there on, basically, like, on a Switch game would have been nice. I guess if Buddy Fight didn't actually die, they might have given us another game, but that would have just been completely different. I don't know what the sales were like for the Buddy Fight games, if it would have even be worth business-wise. I guess it probably wasn't if they didn't do it, but I mean, like, a final game with every single card that would have came out would still be a pretty cool thing. Just I feel like that would sell on its own merit, but maybe that's just from a hopeful consumer perspective. Yeah, I forgot that the last game was like X format. It wasn't even technically fully done with X format, if I remembered correctly. All I know is we played a lot of swords because of how brain dead and cheeky that deck was. And then I was playing your Chaos deck for quite a while also. I guess that was kind of like counting like the X2 stuff. At least from what I remember, it wasn't in there. I think I wanted to play like Dungeon Omni deck and stuff. That's gonna be a fun deck to try to fix also. Got all the Omni Lord Rebees. Time is it? 6 o'clock. Getting kind of hungry. Probably end the stream in like 5 minutes or so and go get some dinner. See if I can find. Looking at the Magiadol stuff, I'm very curious to know what the lore is there. Because looking at them and looking at their G counterparts, I'm like very curious to know what happened. Why it's like this right now. Oh, I see. Huh. That's kinda spooky. I understand why these Vanguard Zero markers have the QR code on it, but it really does take away from the aesthetic of the actual marker. It feels a little bad. I'm okay with having the logo there for Vanguard Zero. I guess we'll see. I actually don't know how the Harry deck fully plays yet, outside of just reading some of the cards, kind of just going, nodding my head and be like, okay, that's what this card does. When you say that, do you mean like how, was it, Yasui gets like so much better with another promo? I don't even remember what promo that was that makes the deck better. I guess while I'm here, I could read more cards. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a fair point when you put it like that. Okay. I think at this point I run out of things to look at for now, and I will go get my food now. So thank you for hanging out here. It's been nice talking story, and I'll probably be back with, I guess, minimally, if I decide to do those buddy fight deck profiles at the end of the month when Shadow Paladin stuff and friends come out. I might do something if something ends up happening. I'm also like still tempted to like do something with these Discord fights that also occur, like my locals does, and I still kind of want to just play more games or card games in general. I'll figure something out one of these days, but I will see you all later. Thanks again for stopping by.